Yes, that's I didn't realize I didn't introduce myself yesterday. Hi, my name is Lincolnshire Posy from Columbus, Ohio. 5 through 12 band director. All right. Moving forward.
When you study scores, like what can you do? And I think the first thing you do is just really look at the text and resist the temptation. Sure. You could do a little tenuto if you wanted to because they're such funky chords, but I would definitely not do Fermatas because Grainger is right on. Grainger is pretty specific, so yes. There's my little gospel for you today. I don't make a lot of rules, but that's one. You don't need to score. You've got this memorized, so we're going to really connect with the ensemble. Sure. For the very beginning, let's be careful not to count. They don't need you to count. Your band doesn't need you to count. Yep. Well, let's get out of the habit. Sure. So, and look, we all are guilty of it sometimes. There's a video of me on YouTube conducting the marine band at Midwest, and we're doing the Stevenson Symphony, and we're at the end of the fourth movement, and there's one part of it where it's really slow, and I'm like, but in my defense, I look at it, I cringe, and I see it. In my defense, I wasn't trying to tell them how to count to 4, it's the marine band. But I was trying to find some emotion in my mind. I just felt the emotion and the power of the numbers. You look on the video and you're like, what are you doing? It's there for millions of people to see. So what we do need to do is be very, very clear with everybody that this starts on the end of 2, this bar. So sometimes what I will do is I will kind of start a piece by kind of being really demonstrative about what's about to happen. So it's, so that's a little trick you can use if you're worried about it. It's just, the next thing's going to be 1. It's going to be 1, right? It's not going to be 4. It's going to be 1. It's 1, 2, and then 2 is the activation. 1 is the placeholder. 2 is the activation. Clarinets come in. Everyone's cool. Sure. This whole piece for me and for you, there's a lot of good things happening with you, but what we want to try and tap into a little bit more is the sense of up, not just in our hand, but in our body. Okay. The sense of up and the sense of down. It's a variation on what we did with Stephen, where there's up and down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So even if we're not doing this, we want to give a sensation. Conducting is a whole body experience. So get the sensation of what is up and what is down. And you can even see when I say up, like my body just naturally, I want to do gestures that feel up. And when I say down, I want to do gestures that feel a little down. So saying nothing more, I'd like you to explore a little bit of that.
Sure.
Just try to feel, what am I communicating this up? What am I communicating this down? Just do the first couple of phrases. Good. So we have that on tape. There's a little bit of difference there. How would you consider up, 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 up? Would you consider that an up or a down?
Down.
Why?
For the sake of time, but up.
But wait, what are they doing? Are they doing the up part of that or the down part of that?
The up part of that.
They're doing the up part of that, right? So this is one of those interesting moments where you might be tempted to go down to give them the activation.
Sure.
But the activation they need is actually an up activation.
Okay.
Da 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 da.
Okay.
If they were going bum 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 bum, then you would want to root that melody down. So sometimes we get stuck with like, I'm going to try to give you a beat so you can react to it, but if we give the beat in the wrong up or down, it can actually affect the tempo as it did there, and it becomes heavy. So if you want it to be lighter in tempo, find an activation that's up.
Okay.
Again, same thing.
Beginning.
Yep.
Okay.
Give you one more tool. So, what does this signify to you all? Or down? What does this signify to you? Up. Come on, people, help me out. So there's a power in our left hand which does not, and you can do it with your right hand too. You can do it with your baton hand. You can change the grip and give a message that's more up versus down. But the left hand is the absolute best tool to show a certain kind of color or a certain kind of rhythmic vitality, depending on what you want. You know, if I wanted something that was like wah wah wah, I would do that with my palm down and I would swipe at it and make sure that it was going down so you felt this kind of depth to it. You know, this is why Carrion conducted like this. You know, just had this real swiping depth. But if I wanted something up, I would almost never do it like that. My body would just naturally want to help you float and help to project the energy going up.
Okay.
You're palm down 95% of the time. So there's another tool at your disposal. Let's start right where we are with the number. I shouldn't have closed the score.
Very good, sorry.
Let's see. This is fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know this piece. 17. 17, right on where it's put in. Yeah, I'll keep this open over here.
Okay.
17, please, and we're going to keep experimenting with up and down. So right now you're kind of in a box of doing somewhat the same thing. I want you to expand that by 50% not so much size-wise,
Sure.
but in the way you show the direction of where things are going.
Got it.
So let's
Okay.
do the horn one more time, and I'm just gonna, I'll just kind of jump into my leads. Horn 17, one more time. Here we go. Let's do 17 again. So, this still, can I just do it once for you?
Yeah.
Here we go, horns, we go 17, and... Real sense.